Hey, what's up guys? This is TBone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends, where today we're going to be using the test server once more to go and take a look at the Rift before it actually is released as part of the new patch. And in today's episode, this is part 2 of the series. We're going to be taking a look at Blue Caldera, Amber Cliffs, and Purple Hills. So let's start by taking a look at Blue Caldera's skills here. So Blue Star Sister is the boss, and her active skill Defensive Light deals damage to all enemies based on defense, and then deals unavoidable damage based on 20% of her max HP. Her passive ability gives her increased defense for 6 turns at the beginning of her turn, so that means her active skill Defensive Light will also deal more damage to all of your units. And as with all other bosses, she is going to receive less damage from Bleeding, Poison, Burn, Assassin's Mark, and also immune to Stun, Silence, Sleep, and Freeze. So we're going to jump into the battle right here, and then we're going to skip ahead to the boss fight, where I'm going to talk about the totems also, because that's actually something we need to pay attention to. So because the boss will cast increased defense, it is a good idea to bring a unit such as a Zoe along to the fight here, where you can cast decreased defense, so that basically will allow you to counteract her special ability. And then if you take a look right here, so you can see the boss has plus 50% to her defense, and if you can get decreased defense, as we can see right now, so the boss has also decreased defense, so that counteracts the increased defense. But then if you take a look at what the totem does, the green totem will remove all of the negative status from Star Sister when it activates skill, so it removes all of that. And then the red totem will go ahead and grant immunity to the Star Sister for 6 turns. Both the totems will also provide mana to the Star Sister, and so it will allow her to deal damage while cleansing all of the negative status you've applied on her. So this is just something to pay attention to. Each of the gold totems here now provide something to support the Star Sister in different ways, and in this particular case you want to make sure that you counteract defense, and you should have no problems with this particular boss. And next we have Amber Cliffs, where the boss is the Yellow Star Sister. If you take a look at her skills, she deals damage to all enemies, 150% attack, and then deals unavoidable damage based on 20% of target's max HP. And then if you take a look at her passive skill, she deals 25% more damage for every 25% health the enemy is missing. And so if you're losing health, she's going to get stronger. And so you do need to make sure that when you're attacking her, you understand sort of like what you need to do, and that is to make sure that you are well healed. And so I'm going to be bringing Nagash here and Guinevere. We'll take a look at what it's going to be like in the boss fight, because we do need to take a look at the totems as well. Alright, so here we are on the 3rd wave, and there are 2 purple totems. If you take a look at the one on the right, it will inflict bleed on all enemies for 1 turn, but it will stack it 3 times. And then the totem on the left is going to inflict burn on all enemies for a turn 3 times. And so this team is actually all set up to inflict damage to the team, because the more health you lose, the more damage the sister can do. And so to counteract that, the best way is to bring lots of healing, and Guinevere really does shine here, because anytime there's an AoE attack, she will heal the whole team. And if you bring in the green dragon, then you can also heal the team up. The idea here is you want to counteract the damage, the chip damage that the team is going to provide to you by healing constantly. And by healing constantly, you're keeping the amount of damage that the Star Sister can do to a minimum, and then you could then basically take on the sister, and you can do the fight. She's quite tanky. Even at level 10, her health is at 182,000 with over 1200 defense. So it does take a while to take her out, but if you can provide yourself enough heal, you will be able to defeat her. So let's just skip through to the end where we complete the fight. And here we are near the end. Finally, we managed to take out the boss. It took a while, but it is possible, so just make sure you bring a lot of heal and you should be okay. This is at level 10 though, so it does get a lot tougher later on, but at least with this boss, there's one strategy you can already think about using. And finally, we're here at the last rift, Purple Hills, and we're going to be going up against the Purple Star Sister boss. And she has an active skill that you haven't seen yet, which is removes all positive statuses from a single enemy and then kills the target. That's right, she does one-shot kill no matter who it is you have on your team. And her passive ability, Overdrive, receives 30% less damage and gains 30% speed for every dead enemy. So as soon as she starts one-shotting your units, she's going to get faster and it's going to be harder to kill her. So we're going to go in and take a look at Battle 16. It's not impossible, you can see I've passed it, but it's definitely not a guarantee, especially if you're doing auto fight. So we're going to skip through the mob fights and let's go ahead and take a look at the boss. Alright, so here we are in the third wave, and honestly, I think the goal here for this boss is you just have to try and attack as quickly as you can, try to deal as much damage as fast as possible, because you can't prevent it. You can't prevent her from activating her skill, so you do need to try and deal as much damage as you possibly could right from the beginning. And we're going to see here, she's probably going to get her skill activated, so we'll see what happens when she does get her skill charged up. We do have Martin right now that is taunting, and what you can see next turn, the sister is going to attack and she'll activate a skill, and now you can see Martin is dead, right? So one-shot kill, doesn't matter how much health you have. So what you want to do is you want to be faster. You need to get your attacks in. You need to get faster attacks, but the totems are going to make it hard for you. The totems are going to inflict decreased defense for your enemies, for your allies, and then the left totem is going to remove all positive status. So if you have any, like increased attack or increased speed or anything like that, the totems will continue to remove it from your units. And so if you're doing auto fights, you will have a harder time managing the board to prevent the gems from getting matched here. So you can see here, even though I was successful in defeating level 16 earlier, right now this just isn't going to happen. So it's a very different boss, very challenging, but I think that it provides a very interesting perspective on how you can try and take on the boss here, and definitely worth a challenge. And that's it for this video for the preview of the new Rift. This concludes the two-part series for this video, and the new update is going to be available next week. And information about that is going to be in a Reddit post, which I will have in the description below as well. So I wanted to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.